Hey everyone, and welcome back. I know I've been somewhat MIA for a little while now. I've been a little bit slack on the content. A whole bunch of crazy stuff going on outside of this in personal life. Work's been nuts. Things have been going crazy. I haven't been feeling the greatest as well, so haven't really felt up to doing a lot of stuff, which I know is not a very good excuse. Unfortunately, that means things on the car haven't been done. To give you a bit of an idea, the last 2 days for me, I tried to dry my hands under a soap dispenser at work, washed my hands, and then stared at the soap dispenser wondering why my hands weren't getting dried. And then I decided to go to work this morning, and it wasn't until about 3.5 hours in, I found out my work shirt was actually on inside out. So I'd spent the entire morning wearing an inside out shirt, which is kind of odd that it took 3.5 hours for someone else to tell me this. I didn't notice this myself because we have a big ass logo on it that would have been inside the shirt and not visible. So yeah, my past couple of days have been a little bit hectic, a little bit weird this week. Was a full moon 2 days ago. Pretty sure that's it. Anyway, more exciting stuff coming forward. There's a few things going on. Next drift event is in not this weekend, so it is Wednesday today. Not this weekend coming, the weekend after. So this weekend is Super Drift Round 2 for those that are watching this when I post it up, hopefully tomorrow. If you watch this tomorrow, if I post this tomorrow and you watch it tomorrow, in 2 days' time, Super Drifts will be on Saturday the 30th, so over the Easter weekend. Great way to spend your long weekend. Super Drift is on, so I'm going to be out covering that. That is going to be a long day. I think gates open for drivers from about 6 a.m, so I want to be out there to catch the drivers setting up and rocking up to the event to start with. Racing goes through to about 6 o'clock at night, and then they have the festival drivers on after that, which goes through till 10 o'clock, 10:30. So going to be a rather large day for me, but going to be well and truly worth it. The weekend after that is our next drift event. Another wet pen is a full day wet pen. So thankfully, it's going to mean Marissa's getting a lot of time on the track. I'm getting a lot more time on the track. I think after this event, it's going to be a case of wet pen down pat. If I keep progressing the way I was in the last couple of events, I think for me, this next one's going to be wet pen down pat. And I'm really definitely going to be looking forward to getting on the figure eight and getting onto the dry track. More to come on that in future videos, but there's things in place that I'm in the process of getting things in place to be getting on there more consistently. But saying that, new exciting things happening. One thing I need to try and I want to try and get done. Alternator is turning up this weekend. One of my mates from Mods Direct, as a matter of fact, will be organising the alternator for me. It has been ordered, is on its way down. Fingers crossed, looking like it should be here for the weekend, in which case I'll be able to pick it up. One of the boys is bringing it out to me on Saturday at Super Drifts. He's going to be out at the race. He's actually going to bring it out to me. May or may not be considering replacing the alternator at the track if I have time, depending how we go with shooting. Otherwise, that will get replaced next week before the next event. I am taking the Skyline out there. I have some people that I know through connections through here that do bodywork. They're actually going to have a look at a few of the spots that I'm wanting to work on to start with. Get to the list of things that are going to be done to the car. I want to have them to look at a couple of spots on the car that I'm wanting to look at. Bodywork's not something I've ever done before. A little bits here and there, more just kind of cleaning surface rust, bogging it up, spraying it with a pressure pack or rattle can just to get it past rego. Proper bodywork, which is what I plan on doing on the Skyline. I keep pointing that way because it's currently parked out there. I haven't done any of that before myself. So learning how to do that properly and learning how to basically treat the rust, fix all the bits up that I want to fix up and sort of slowly go through the car. That's something I'm really keen to learn. It's a skill that I haven't developed yet and I'd love to get into. Going to get them to have a look at the car this weekend as well. I will park it on the hill just in case I have to roll start it to get it back home. Alternator in is going to be the next job. The other thing I would like to do, because I haven't really got another wet pen planned for a little while now. The next thing I would like to do is actually try and get the angle kit put in. So the angle kit is these things. These actually came on the knuckles when I got the S13 knuckles for the conversion. I had to take them off because the tie rods I had weren't long enough. So essentially this goes onto onto the bottom of the knuckles where it attaches to your lower control arm and your tie rods rack ends. It gives you a little bit more, by default, will give you a little bit more camber to the tyre because it pushes the bottom end of the tyre out, but also gives you a little bit more angle, so it gives you more clearance and more pivot point angle so that you'll actually get more angle out of the wheel. I would like to get these on to test them this week, in a couple of weekends' time at the next event, because I said I'm not going to have another event for a little while and I don't know when I'll get to test them. The problem with that is, as I said, the old The old tie rods and rack ends don't fit. The new ones I've got that fit the lower control arms for the S13 are a fraction longer than the old combo themselves. However, they're too short for that. I know guys will get them extended and all sorts of stuff. I want to take them off and have a bit of a look at it. I would like to have, I think I've mentioned this in previous videos, I'd like to try and have a set for basically street driving. So I can take the rack, I can take the angle kit off, pull some of that camber out so it doesn't look so sus driving around the street, and have a set that I can take the angle kit out, have a set of rack ends, tie rod rack ends that will fit the longer set or the longer distance for the angle kit, and have a shorter set when I can just use the normal knuckles, the normal shorter set to pull that angle out and make it not look so sus on the street. The thing is with I've got to get the car in and actually jack it up. I've got time on Friday, so I might get it in. I should have time on Friday. I'm off this week, Friday, Saturday, so hopefully I can get the car in the garage, jack it up and just have a look at, because that's the old set. I've got this in plastic bag because it is greasy as all shit. So that's the old part that goes onto the knuckle. That part goes onto the steering rack. The difference between this and the new rack is the complete opposite. So whereas the outer edge, the outer section is long on this one. Sorry, interruption, children going to bed. So the difference with this between the old and the new, outer section on the old one is long, inner section is short. On the new set that I got, it's complete opposite. The inner section is quite long. The inner section is quite long. The outer section is quite short. Unfortunately, I thought, oh, sweet, be able to put long with long and it'd fit. That's actually too long. Like, it's massively long. So what I'm wanting to look at, I should be able to cut down. It's an M16 by 1.5 thread that's in here. So the thread in this comes all the way in here. So I've got a fair bit of room to play with. That old reckon only came in about halfway. I've got a fair bit of room in here to play with. So what I can potentially do is cut down a little bit of the new ones, like the new inner section, cut a small amount of that off, or as little as I possibly can, that it fits, has enough movement in here. So even though I'll screw in fair bit away, I'll have enough movement in here that I can adjust it and get the right angle, but then not have it too short that it doesn't fit the shorter of the new section. I've got to get the car in. It sounds a lot more convoluted. It's going to be a lot easier when you see it. But basically I want to be able to see if it works, I'll be able to leave the inner section in. I'll measure the distance from here to the end of the thread on the rod. I'll know what that measurement is. I can record that, and then to change between angle kit, essentially have this mounted up on the angle kit, and then switch this piece and this piece all out together, switch the street set back in, have that measurement set to the end of the thread, adjust it in, and I know the alignment's going to be the same. Sounds a little bit convoluted, probably just gone completely over your head, but I know what I'm talking about. Someone does. If not, what's the worst that could happen? Let's figure it out. When I get the car and take it up, I'll do a video of it so I can explain a little bit better and make more sense. Hopefully I just didn't lose everyone and you've probably just tuned out by now, but whatever. Most exciting thing is, or one of the most exciting things, I have come up with a plan of attack for the car. Every time I drive it, every time I go to an event, I think, shit, okay, plan's completely changed. The more and more I look at the car, the more I realize the paint job on it is fucking horrendous. There's no two ways about it. There's no other way of saying it. It is horrible. There is crow's feet all through the clear coat. You can see the overspray where they've kind of sprayed one panel and then it's sprayed another panel and then sprayed this one again. And it's disgusting. It's horrible. Every time I look at it, it gets worse and worse. It is a 34, 35-year-old car. There is rust spots starting to pop up everywhere. He has treated a fair bit of the rust on it, but there is obviously rust coming through. One of the spots at the back, I believe, it's coming through. It looks like the photos I sent through to the friend that's going to look at the panels for me suggests it's potentially just a bog spot that he's bogged up. That's why it's coming through. So I have to go over the thing with a fine-tooth comb. Eventually, I want to do a complete respray and a livery on it. The more and more I look at it, and the more and more I see the panels and think how shit the panels are, the less and less I'm worried about driving on a drift pan and scratching it and dinging it. Not dinging it. I have dinged it with a few witch stats, but scratching it, getting a bit dirty, and whatever. It's going to get fucking redone anyway. I'm going to have the whole thing top to bottom and redo all the panels and all the rust and stuff anyway, including the engine bay and everything all nice and mint. But more importantly, white border's back. Doesn't look white on that side, white on this side. I've started writing down, I've come up with a plan of attack of what I want to do with the car. And more, I've kind of got 4 major stages, I suppose. Mechanically, there is a lot, as the bodywork is going to be an ongoing thing. The bodywork is going to be something that's not going to be like just one stage. I'm going to stop, take it off the road, do all the body. I'm going to slowly work on the body, fix up rust patches here and there as I find them, send them back, rust treat them, respray them. At the moment, it's a standard Skyline Silver, so I can be able to get a rattle can for it. At the moment, just rattle can it just to patch it up so it doesn't look horrendous, but slowly go over the whole thing and spray the whole thing and like get it up to scratch. When I get to the point that it's like, okay, cool, well, I'm happy with the body, rust is all treated, everything's all clean and straight, then I will take it off the road, make sure I've got the cash aside for it, take it off the road, do all the prep work, and actually get it sprayed properly and get it done properly so it actually looks good. And then livery after that. But that will be a long way down the track, like a long, long way down the track, I think. Short of my YouTube taking off and making millions of dollars, that would be a long way down the track. But more excitingly, I'll see if I can reveal this very slowly. So first stage is exhaust. Looking at a 3-inch catback system at this stage. There are a few contacts that I've got of people that have got exhaust done. Suggest different contacts. Need to talk to them, find out cost, budget it, start getting that forward. The one thing I noticed when I had the hole in the muffler or hole in the exhaust before the cat, we're breathing so much easier. It just ran so much nicer. Like the RB30 just wants to breathe. Like it felt so much nicer, much more responsive. The car itself just felt and ran nicer. So I'm looking at 3-inch exhaust, catback at this stage. And then later on I will be changing the manifold because stage 2 stage 2 is a turbo. Now, turbo conversion, plus for a reason. I am going to do the turbo conversion. It is happening, confirmed. It will happen, as certain people that watch my YouTube say, science, confirmed. I am going to be doing a turbo conversion. You know who you are. I blame you all. The good old disco snail is going to happen. Getting the parts for them is not easy. There are a few aftermarket ones I can get that are cost-wise stupidly expensive. But in saying that, trying to find stock stuff is stupidly expensive. So it'll be a combination of new and old. Depending on what I find, it'll be a case of I'll just slowly start. Once I've got the exhaust done, the budget will go towards just slowly buying pieces and building up all the bits and pieces to do the conversion. And then once I've got all the bits and pieces together, I'll take it off the road for a week, however long it takes to do it, hopefully not too long, and slap it on. I will be staying to the existing ECU at this stage. You can get piggybacks for it, you can get the NIS tune. There are a few different bits and pieces. You can get like the NIS tune chipset and stuff put in it. Or you can get the NIS tune ECU that's already been done. You can get piggybacks for it from places like Haltech and stuff like that. That's something I'm going to look into, and I'll start doing my research as to the best way of doing that. At this stage, probably just the NIS tune seems to be the easiest way. You can get that reflashed with some aftermarket tuning just to help compensate for the turbo and everything else that goes on. The reason there is a plus next to turbo, that will probably be turbo conversion and then whatever else the car needs at the same time. Potential for bigger injectors. It'll probably run as is, but won't run well. So things like obviously the NIS tune, the ECU, bigger injectors, bigger fuel pump, whether I need a better air filter, things like that are gonna just depend on how it goes when I first put it in. I have seen conversions before. They've literally just thrown the turbo in the manifold, the blow-off valve, plumbed it, go. No intercooler, nothing, and it runs. You may not get the most out of it. You may not get the most power out of it. How good that is for longevity of the engine, who knows? But it is doable. So I can at least get it running, and I can kind of make the call of, okay, I'm going to add this, I'm going to add this. So that is the plus. Third stage, after I've done that, is, I have to step to the side so you can actually see it, stage 2 cam and heavy-duty springs, heavy-duty valve springs. So stage 2 cam, there's a bunch of different places you can get it. Kelford and Crow's cams are the two that I've been looking at. Both of them come with, or not come with, both of them have the corresponding heavy-duty spring sets to go with the cams as well. Stage 3 is race spec. Stage 2 is kind of a mixed road race, which is what I'll probably end up going with, just to help it, again, help the RB breathe a little bit better. Bigger, more timing on the exhaust and the inlet. The RB is just, I find the RB30 just likes to breathe, so that's going to help that. But I think that'll get, again, it can get a little bit of power. The turbo is going to be a big power increase, obviously. And then it's just kind of fine-tuning and getting the most out of it as I can without going stupid. The thing's still going to last me for 20 years. And then after that, which is going to be a big expense and probably a whole bunch of fucking around, full ECU. I do want to end up going to like a full, like a Haltech or a... name's going to escape me at the moment. I can see the logo. Links. A Haltech or a Link or something like that, ECU. That'll be a complete rewire of obviously all the systems and all the sensors and stuff. But yeah, that's a long term. That's why it's down the bottom of the list. That's a real dream kind of thing. I may end up getting all the turbo and everything done and just go, you know what, doesn't need it, fuck it. But I would like eventually to go to something like that. Along with that, there is a whole bunch of other shit. 5-stage conversion, air filters, fuel pump. As I said, air filter, fuel pump injectors may have to go with the turbo anyway. The speakers in the back, which I know I mentioned last time, I still haven't touched it. The wood's all there. Nothing's changed from last time I did a video, so yeah, it's still sitting there. Potential LSD. I'm still tossing up whether I want to stay with the lock or whether I want to go to the LSD. The road driving the LSD is a little bit more comfortable, a little bit less sus if you get pulled over as well, and one less thing to change for rego. Although once I've done all this sort of stuff, specifically to here, I'm going to get engineered. So it is road legal. I've got all the engineer's papers because if I'm driving the road with the turbo, it's going to be fucking obvious as hell. So I will get engineered for that. 5-stage conversion will also probably be wheels and tires. Rear brake set and brake booster. Again, these aren't in any particular order. As I see things pop up, as I see deals pop up on Facebook Marketplace, or I talk to people at the track or whatever, and things come up, I'll be grabbing bits and pieces and doing them as I go. So these sort of things are kind of in here wherever I can fit. But that is the 4 main stage 1, 2, 3, 4 of where we're going. And as I said, bodywork, respray, livery. No particular timeline for that. That is going to be a long-term ongoing thing. I want the chassis, I want the frame and the chassis of that car, the body of that car to last me for another 35 years. So that is going to be an ongoing thing. So yeah, that's where we're at. Excited, but slightly nervous because I know how much this is going to cost. Yeah, on an RB30, on an R31, thank Christ I love this car. I don't plan on ever getting rid of this car, so I don't mind putting the money into it, and the money it's not something I'm going to be counting. I'm not going to be doing tallies. I'm not going to be doing any of that sort of shit. If there's something particular I find it's a really good deal or bargain, I will talk to you guys about it. But I'm not doing a running total of how much this project costs and how much this sort of ends up costing in the end, because I don't care. Plain and simple. I just don't care. I'm not doing this because of money. I'm not doing this for anything else more than just I love the car. I love the motor. I love everything about it. It's a dream car of mine, and having all that done, doing all those different 4 stages and all the other little bits and pieces to it will be, just sort of another one I have to put on there. Squirrel! For those that have got kids and have seen Up, you'll get that joke. If you haven't, go watch Up. It's funny. My brain's so fucked. Getting all those 4 stages done and all the other bits and pieces will essentially get me the dream car I saw as a kid. The R31 that I always dreamed about having and always kind of grew up just absolutely drooling over and thinking about. So I'm very excited to end up seeing this project through and how far it goes. Yeah, so exciting times. The other exciting news, I now have a live merch store for those that wish to help support this project and my photography, getting to more events, both to shoot and to drive, and developing myself as a motorsport photographer and as a drifter. Kind of goes hand in hand as far as I'm concerned. I do also have plans at some point of putting cameras on cars and capturing cars from the track whilst I'm driving with them in front of them, around them, behind them, whatever. Goes hand in hand as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, if you wish to support me, I would be forever grateful. There is a shop. My merch shop is live. I will put the link up here somewhere. around, I don't know, it will be down in the bio anyway, in the description down below anyway. You can see lovely designs, like I will try and place some here somewhere. You can see some lovely designs that I've come up with using both my photography and some funny little bits and pieces that I've put together. There are some really cool ones, as you can see here, and here, and here. Hope to hell I could put that together in post. We'll soon see. I am also doing some of these designs you can also get in custom orders. So photos I take of cars and drivers at the track, I can actually sub them into a lot of these designs. So you can have your own custom design with the logos and whatever on your own merch. Hoodies, long sleeves, t-shirts. I'm starting at the moment. There are a few other things I'm trying to branch into, but it's just finding a competitive price to get you guys some merch that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, and still get you on the track and have a bit of fun with your own clothing line and, you know, whatever. But yeah, if you want to help support, I would be forever grateful. Otherwise, all my other links and stuff are down in the bio, the description of stuff down below, all my social links. I have a nice little blurb down there now that gives you all the links and stuff so you can get in contact with me if you have any questions or anything. But as always, please like, subscribe, comment below if you're enjoying the content. If you're not enjoying the content, if you think I'm a lunatic, if you don't think I'm a lunatic, if you see the squirrel, please comment down below. Love to hear from you guys. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you out on the track.